It's a beautiful evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever it is that you are watching this live stream from. Chingulopo mkwai kuli mwebonse mwebale tutamba pamwera okuli konse ko mwingaba twamutambula nonse nomwatuwaba kuli konse ko mutuwaba ajindi jino takulandirani bonse bamene mwakwanisa ku tamba program ya siku ya lero. Zinanga ndine Ken Dumbo, bambiri ndiye mwana mzinzibira, but my government name is Kazungo Emmanuel Ndea. And this program is called Whip or Keep. It is a show where I get to interact and engage with different members of parliament from different constituencies. And basically, we get to find out from those particular members of parliament how their reign has been as area members of parliament, what are some of the developmental projects that have been done in their particular constituencies, and what the future looks like for them, muma constituencies mwabo. So we get to interact with different members of parliament, and this one is actually episode number 8 of Whip or Keep. We've interacted with Honorable Sunday Chanda for Kanchibia constituency. We've interacted with Honorable Twambo Mtinta for Itejiteji constituency. We've interacted with Honorable Christopher Kangombe for a constituency in Kitwe. I've forgotten the name, pardon me. We've interacted with Honorable Christopher Shakafuswa for Mandevo constituency. We've interacted with Honorable Lloyd Lubosha for Chifubu constituency. And we've also interacted with Honorable Mao Sampa for Matero constituency. And yes, for Honorable Christopher Kangombe is Kamfinsa constituency. So we basically get to have conversations with my area members of parliament regarding, the developmental projects that they have done in their constituencies. Obviously, we know that come next year, 2026, it's an election year. We will have a lot of area members of parliament recontesting their seats. But this program helps us be in check with our area members of parliament, getting to find out from them what they have done for the people that voted for them in those particular positions of authority. So I'm grateful that you are live and you are joining me on this particular show. Please be reminded that we are streaming live on the Ken Dumbo Comedy Facebook page. We are also streaming live on the Honorable Paul Kabuswe Facebook page, Member of Parliament, obviously, for the Chililabombwe constituency. We are also streaming live on the Ken Dumbo Comedy YouTube channel. My guest this evening will be Member of Parliament for Chililabombwe constituency and also Minister of Mines, Honorable Paul Kabuswe. We'll be getting to interact with him on how his reign has been as a Member of Parliament for Chililabombwe, some of the things that have been done under his reign as Member of Parliament for Chililabombwe, and you, the people out there, who have an opportunity to text or call or even comment with some of the questions that you would love the Honorable Member of Parliament for Chililabombwe to respond to. And I want to assure you that this particular platform is for civilized people. There is no need yotukanana. There is no need for vulgar language. It's a platform that allows you and I to, have these sober conversations. And this evening, ladies and gentlemen, my guest is already on your screen. And allow me to welcome you once again, wherever it is that you're watching this live stream from. Please share if you can. And if you have any concerns, any questions that you have for my guest, you are free to comment in the comment section. Honorable, I would love to thank you so much for finding time to be my guest on We Will Keep this evening. It means a lot for me, especially understanding that you are a man of seriously and busy schedule. To be on this show, it means a lot for me. How have you been?
I've been all right, Ken. Good evening, and good evening to those that are joining us online, our viewers and listeners across the country.
Thank you so much. Allow me to make mention that we are streaming live on your Facebook page, the Honorable Paul Kabuswe Facebook page. We're also streaming live on the Ken Dumbo Comedy Facebook page, but we're also streaming on the Ken Dumbo Comedy YouTube channel right about now. And to everyone that is watching, you are free to ask your questions. And later on, we'll obviously open the phone lines and we'll allow you to ask any questions that you have for the Honorable. Honorable, you have been member of parliament for Chililabombwe constituency for the past 4 years. How has the 4 years been so far?
First and foremost, Ken, I think I will call it a very interesting journey because I think for me, politics is something that I started at a very tender age. So, and I've been privileged to serve. First and foremost, thank you to President HH for giving me the privilege and also allowing me to stand in Chililabombwe to represent the United Party for National Development as Member of Parliament, the first UPND Member of Parliament in Chililabombwe. And I must make mention that I was brought up in Chililabombwe, so I've seen Chililabombwe from the time I was born up to the time I think I left when I went to school, to university, and then that's the only time I left Chile. So I must say that it has been an interesting journey, and I must say the past 4 years I'm proud of what I've added in terms of value to our district. Of course, it has come with its own challenges. Leadership has challenges, and you cannot have smooth sailing times all the time. You are going to go through challenges, difficulties, but I think because I enjoy what I do, Ken, that is what is critical. I do enjoy what I do. I enjoy serving people. I love people. If you came to my home whenever I'm in the constituency, you would think there is a rally somewhere. That is how my home is. I enjoy being with party cadres. I enjoy being with the people. I enjoy being visited by people. Sometimes when I get home in the constituency, if I go in quietly, I feel something is missing when I don't see a crowd of people at home. So it is something that I enjoy. So I've created my place to be an open home for everybody to visit me, to talk to me, to laugh with them, to eat with them, but also to go through challenges with them.
Interesting. For most people or for most constituencies that have got area members of parliament who are also serving as ministers, you'll find that one or either of the two gets time for the other. And on my social media platforms, I have from time again just emphasized the fact that I love how you have managed to create time for your constituency despite heading a very serious ministerial position. How have you managed to create time to ensure that your presence is still felt at constituency level despite holding a very big position as a minister?
So Ken, the thing that makes you do what you do with passion is loving what you do. I think that for me, like I said in my initial remarks, politics for me is a calling. It's something that I enjoy doing. The key for politics is to realize that whatever you are doing is for the people. So if you put yourself, on the stage to work for the people, whatever responsibilities it comes with, you must make sure that you do them. You have to go out of your way. If it's movement, you have to give up certain things, Ken, so that you achieve what you want to achieve for the people. Because I went to the people of Chililabombwe that I'm passionate about this, I want to save you. And when the people of Chililabombwe accepted me and agreed, President HH also privileged me to serve as Minister of Mines, because that is the way our constitution is structured, that for a president to pick ministers, he has to pick from members of parliament. So I've been privileged to be picked as Minister for Mines. So I realized that I have extra, responsibilities, which meant that if there were other extra activities that I was doing that were taking my time, I have to decide to drop them so that I concentrate on one, running a very key ministry, which is the backbone of our economy, the mining sector, but also not to forget that the people of Chililabombwe want me to be speaking on their behalf in parliament and also to the leadership. And so, because I made that conscious decision to say, I'll save the people of Chililabombwe, but also being privileged to be minister, almost every weekend, Ken, I'm in Chililabombwe. There has never been a month that has gone 4 weekends without me stepping in Chililabombwe. I have made that conscious decisions, and deliberately so. So if, for example, you went to our boss, because whenever a minister travels out, you have to seek authority to travel. You are going to find letters for me almost every month, unless I'm out of the country. But if I'm around, I never spend 4 weekends in Lusaka. I can count the weekends that I've spent in Lusaka. Most of them I'm in Chililabombwe with my people. That is how I strike a balance. So I've taken advantage of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, usually when there is cabinet, so I have to rush back into Lusaka to continue serving the people, even through the Ministry of Mines.
That's very, very interesting, Honorable. We cannot have this conversation, obviously, without looking at certain things under the ministry that you are heading. And so, allow me to read, according to the news diggers, about 47 households in Karulushi have moved into Metals, demanding about 220 million as interim compensation to facilitate the relocation, resettlement, screening, independent medical testing, treatment, and livelihood restoration of the affected household. How is your government and the ministry that you're representing handling this issue? Looks like it is a matter of public interest. We have seen the U.S. government obviously expressed concern about it, but also just the civil society organizations have been issuing statements about this issue that happened regarding Sinometals. How is government responding to this issue?
So, Ken, the first thing that I want to say is that our government does not tolerate pollution of any water bodies or land, for that matter, or the environment. So when that thing happened, immediately, if you followed even our Facebook page or media, engagements, immediately myself, the Minister for Copperbelt Province, the Minister for Water, and the Minister for Green Economy, we rushed into, Chambeshi and Kitwe to look at the extent of how that pollution has transpired. You realize, Ken, that there are laws that govern such incidences in this country, and we had to follow the law. The first thing that we did, we suspended operations of Sino. And immediately it was all systems go. You remember we brought in ZAF, we brought in everybody to line the areas, to immediately begin to clean the water. Mulonga immediately shut all the supplies to the homes, immediately. And water bowsers were brought all over the place. So there was no water that went to our people that was contaminated at that time, because Mulonga had to shut down all the supplies from those water bodies. Of course, there were effects on aquatic life, which is fish. They were affected, but really the government, it was all systems go. We were all on the ground. As we speak right now, Sinometals operations are still suspended. I don't know whether you know that. They have not yet been given a leeway to begin operations. So government has followed what is provided for in the law. And even the compensations so far that have been done, in fact, we call them interim compensations, were done out of what the law prescribes when such a pollution happens. Yet we are still doing more investigations in terms of what the situation could be in terms of cleaning up other areas that may be affected. But I want to say that government has been very active in wanting to make sure that our people are not exposed to the contaminated water. Like I said, as we speak, sign.
Right, we lost you there a bit, but thank you so much that you're back.
Somebody was trying to call and they are disturbing. So, but you can go ahead. I'm sure you are able to see me.
Yes. I was able to get you. Now, the concerns that the effects of
I can't get you. Your. I think the.
You can't still get me.
I still can't get you.
Okay, I can clearly get you, and my mic is very on here.
Hello, Ken.
Yes, I can get you, Honorable. I don't know. You can't get me?
I still can't get you. Maybe I need to log in again.
Maybe try and log in again, Honorable. You can try. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are hosting the Honorable Minister of Mines. We seem to have a technical fault, but obviously we hope that he can get back to us. So, Honorable, maybe you can just try and log out and then log in. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're joining me, we are hosting the Honorable Minister of Mines and also Chililabombwe Member of Parliament, Honorable Paul Kabuswe, and we are having conversations regarding his constituency. But obviously, we can't talk about Chililabombwe constituency without talking about the ministerial position and the ministry that the Honorable Minister hosts, because obviously there are a number of issues that have been raised by the general public. Can you get me now, Honorable?
Yes, I can. I hope you can get me now.
All right. I can get you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
All right. Now, sure. Now, obviously, there are a number of concerns that have been raised by civil society organizations regarding the impact of the pollution that was done by cyanometals. Some of them say, it can cause cancer and it can cause very, health conditions that can affect people for the longest time. From where you are sitting, what are we doing to help people that are in these, areas where, the water that they're drinking and just the area that they're in was affected? How are we helping these people to avoid, getting these long-term health conditions?
2 weeks ago, Ken, you realized the Minister for Green Economy, in fact, the PS information went to verify. And you saw them publicly drinking the water that is coming out of the taps in Kitwe, out of the taps in Karulushi. The Minister for Water also went there to do the same, to show our people that the water that is there is actually safe. And up until now, there hasn't been anybody who has presented symptoms or problems related to, the fact that maybe they drank contaminated water or polluted water. So as it stands right now, there shouldn't be any panic. The water that is in Kitwe, the water that is in Karulushi and Chambishi is safe to drink. There is no challenge on that score.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's talk about, the Ministry of Mines and the mining activities that are happening in our country. We've had a number of places where gold has been discovered and our local people have crashed there. and
Yes.
they've tried to mine this gold, but police presence has been sent, and your government and your ministry has been accused of not putting the interests of the local people at heart. Your critics say you are giving opportunities to mine our minerals to foreigners and not our local people. How do you respond to those sentiments?
That is not correct, Ken.
Mm.
I want to tell you that, first and foremost, let me put context to this and also give a little background. I hope time will allow us to because that is a huge topic on its own, but I'll try and explain a little bit what has been happening.
Mm.
Can you realize that as government, we have sanctioned the mapping of this country? Now, this is the reason why we sanctioned that Zambia maps itself in terms of what we are sitting on for minerals and different precious stones.
Mm.
So right now, as we speak, we are mapping the country. What does the mapping do? The mapping is basically telling you the extent of mineralization of this country, what we are sitting on, what minerals we have, where they are. So we are going to fly over the whole country and map it and understand what we are sitting on. We'll know that gold is this side, there are diamonds here, there is copper here, there is whatever we have. That mapping
Mm.
exercise is going to help us to locate that. And we haven't done that for the past 50 years. So what has been happening, Ken, is that a person like me will go Kumabala. You know Kumabala, isn't it? Or
Yes, yes.
farm.
Mm.
You go farming. All right? As you are farming in your field, you stumble upon something that looks like gold, but you don't even know it's gold. Then you take
Mm.
it, me as Kabuswe, I take it to Ken. Ken, you know this. Then Ken says, yes, this is gold. Then Ken goes and shows people who know it. Then there is what we call a gold rush. That is
Mm.
just a discovery by people, ordinary people who have gone to a field, which is not
Mm.
supposed to be the case. So when that happens, you now start working backwards as government, because according to the laws of Zambia, anything underground belongs to the president on behalf of the people of Zambia.
Mm.
So when you discover that, government will straight away come in. Even if you discovered gold at your house, government will come in. Because everything under belongs to the people of Zambia, but put in trust of the President of the Republic of Zambia. So
Mm.
government will move, any government, not only UPND, any government, according to the laws of Zambia, will move in. So government, when there was the gold rush, because these gold rushes are happening, Ken, when you go to that area you've heard about called Kikonge,
Mm.
it's in the bush, it's in the middle of nowhere. There is no connectivity of internet, there are no roads, there is nothing. It's just a bush. Then people discover that. So when that happens, then it comes to the ears of government, because government is everywhere. Then government moves in. Usually, what alerts government that this is happening is maybe when deaths begin to occur. There's a gold rush here, and people, the earth has collapsed on them. So what we did was now to go and say, okay, let the police move in. There will be no, in fact, the reason why the police and soldiers, ZNS, moved in was actually to prevent scavengers who are foreigners who were buying the gold for a song. That is the reason.
Mm.
And then what did government do? We went straight away and told our people, begin to form these cooperatives. We are going to give you licenses. Now, the president has given us 4 things that we need to do. Number 1, it has to be safe mining. Number 2, legal mining. Number 3, formal trade for our people. And number 4, the areas must be secure. And it is clear, the instruction is that there shouldn't be foreigners there. It should be the preserve of our Zambian artisanal and small-scale miners to do mining there. As
Mm.
we are talking, Ken, lessons began actually the beginning of this week. There are 90 cooperatives there. When you talk about 90 cooperatives, Ken, a cooperative has a minimum of 10 people. So you are talking about 900 plus. Now, most cooperative is 20, 30. So probably there could be double that number, maybe 1,800 people. So what we did was now to sample those people. Each cooperatives, we picked representatives. They are in class now, learning safe mining, learning legal mining, and formal trade. And we have appointed ZCCM to now work with the artisanal miners so that they find the right market, not selling to foreigners for a song. This is what we are going to do in Kikonge. We are going to do this in Mumbwa. In fact, in Mumbwa, if you remember, I think 2 years ago, we gave out artisanal licenses there. We are going to do that in Impika. We are going to do that in Dengwe, in Northwestern Province. And it will be a preserve of only artisanal miners who are Zambians. So the issue of saying this government is supporting foreigners is neither here nor there. This is purely artisanal and small-scale mining is purely for Zambians. And the ones that will be doing the marketing, even as we do aggregation of the gold, will be Zambia Gold, ZCCMIH through Zambia Gold. This is what will be happening.
The president has made it categorically clear that illegal mining will not be allowed in Zambia. And he has emphasized that people need to do everything the way it is supposed to be done. The right channels must be followed. But we've noticed that obviously illegal mining has continued. And recently, right in your constituency, was it in Chingola, we noticed that there were some riots. Many young people, many youths, still demanding that they be allowed to mine. Despite the fact that this message from the president and from the ministry has been clear, we still hear of a number of young people in the copper belt unfortunately die. Where aren't we getting it right, Honorable?
So illegal mining, and for our people, Ken, this is not a matter that has started now.
Yes.
We, as a country, we allowed this issue to be entrenched. It started a long time ago. In fact, the unfortunate part is that there have been governments that have used illegal mining as a campaign tool to allow it so that those that are doing illegal mining can support them. Now, what did we create? We've created a monster out of that. But there has to be leadership that should just say, no, we must not allow illegal mining. What we must do is to formalize our miners, teach them safe mining. All right? That is why what happened in Chingola is unfortunate. Every Zambian leader or not a leader must condemn anyone who, because they are being stopped to do an illegality, they go and break things, they go and, put fire on the trucks that are actually making our roads, or go and ransack a phone shop, as was happened in Chililabombwe. That is un-Zambian, it's alien. We must not tolerate it. We know our youth wants to survive. It is a problem that we have accepted, it is there, but we have to face it head on. The first thing is to stop it. In Chililabombwe, Ken, I'll give you an example of what happened. They went to a caving area behind Konkola Stadium. That is a caving area. When you go there, you are scrounging or scavenging. It may not even look like anything can happen. But as you converge on that place, what was bound to happen there is that whole thing was going to cave. It will not tell you it will cave when people are there, or it will cave when people are not there. Because when you are there as a group, you will have introduced stresses there that will cause that thing to cave, because it's a caving area. And when it caves, it will first kill the people on top who are scavenging, and they are in hundreds or thousands. It will also going to kill people that are underground, because Konkola mine is an underground mine. So it will cave there. And probably if there are people, it will be like the way the Mufulira disaster was. People will die in thousands. Who will be blamed? Government. You were irresponsible. Why did you allow this to happen? So really, we know our youths want to survive, and the key to survival is to grow this economy. That's why our economy has to grow, so that it absorbs people. When the president is talking about growing the economy, the reason is the national cake must grow bigger so that everyone has a bite on it. And this is what we are doing. Of course, we need to look at what are the immediate solutions for our people as the economy is growing, is to formalize what we are doing in Kikonge, what we are doing in Mumbwa, what we are doing in Dengwe, in Kasempa, in Lusangazi. All these areas is to formalize our people so that they do safe mining, legal mining, and formal trade.
Interesting. Before we go to issues regarding your constituency, let me ask the last question regarding the ministry. I hosted Honorable Christopher Kangombe here. Yes, Christopher Kangombe, and he still maintained that the motion that he moved in Parliament regarding government mining some of our key minerals like gold is something that we need to actually do as a country if we're going to ensure that our economy gets better and we provide jobs for our people. He emphasized that most of the people that are running the mines on the copper belt in Northwestern Province are local engineers. They are our local people. And if government took interest to actually start mining gold, it will actually help us, improve our economy and also just take care of our mineral resources. How are you handling that particular motion? Is it a motion that you have accepted as a ministry, or is it something that you feel would really help us as a country?
So Ken, thank you very much for that question. Sometimes when politicians come on platforms, they want to play to the gallery. If you follow my discourse in Parliament, if you follow the speeches by President HH, I have been very clear. The President has been very clear. Artisanal mining, in fact, what we found, the government where Kangombe was serving, was that they even allowed artisanal mining to be done by foreigners themselves. They did that. What he did was to plagiarize what I said in Parliament and flip it and say like he's the one that is saying it. Because we have been very clear as UPND government that artisanal and small-scale mining is purely for Zambians. And gold usually is done by artisanals. I've just explained to you what we have put in place. Have you heard about any foreigner? We have said legal mining, safe mining, formal trade, security of the areas where this gold is found. The cooperatives that we are training are all 100% Zambians. ZCCMIH, which is going to buy the gold to trade with our small-scale miners, is a Zambian government company, 95% owned by the Zambian government. So where is the foreigner there? So these things, when politicians come, they want to play to the gallery. Yes, this country was invaded by foreigners in a lot of mining jurisdictions. Like I said, Ken, this problem did not start 2 years ago. It has been entrenched for a very long time. Remember the Kasenseli mine issue. Remember that Sudanese company that wanted to come into this country to get our gold. It was not under us, all right? But us, what we are saying is we need to nip this problem in the bud. We need to be categorical. The president in Kansanshi was very categorical. Even in Kitwe, he said it when he was opening the offices for UPND, that, Minister, I don't want to see foreigners in these areas. This is purely for Zambians, but we have to train them. We have to teach them safe mining. And that is exactly what we are doing. So I'm glad that you have asked this question, because on the floor of the House in Parliament, I have stood and said artisanal mining is for Zambians alone, because even the law, that's what it provides for. So when a system is entrenched and people allow things from all over the place, we have found these problems, but we are dealing with them slowly. That is why we are sending police there. The police are not just going as police and soldiers. There is also immigration to deal with illegal immigrants that are coming to buy our goat for a song. This is a matter that we are taking very seriously, and there will be no sacred cows.
Thank you so much, Honorable. To the people that are watching us on the 3 platforms where we are at, we are streaming live on the Ken Dumbo Comedy Facebook page and Ken Dumbo Comedy YouTube channel. We're also streaming live on Honorable Paul Kabuswe's Facebook page. And remember that you will be given an opportunity to actually, call and ask questions to the Honorable Minister and also Member of Parliament for Chililabombwe. Now, straight away, let's look at your constituency, Honorable. Since the coming into government of the United Party for National Development, UPND, we have seen that there's been a rise in the CDF allocation for each and every constituency. Unfortunately, some members of parliament have complained that this CDF is a scam. Others have said this CDF money is just on paper, right?
Hello, Ken, Are you able to get me?
I can get you. Can you get me?
I'm not able to get you.
All right, so it means you need to log out.
Let me try to do what I did again.
All right, Honorable. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, to those of you that are just joining us, this is the Whip or Keep. I will open the phone lines. I just want to have a conversation with the MP first. And then after that, you people will be able to call in and ask questions. So if you have any question, please take it down and ensure that you keep it safely so that when the phone lines are open, you can finally just call and ask my guest for this evening. Once again, my guest is Honorable Paul Kabuswe, who is a Member of Parliament for Chililabombwe and also Minister of Mines. And we are having conversations regarding, obviously, his ministry, but also conversations regarding his constituency. And before you joined us, for those of you that are just joining us now, we were discussing issues regarding the ministry, but now we want to move on to the constituency. Can you get me, Honorable?
Yes, I can. Ken, are you able to get me?
I can get you. Thank you so much.
All right.
I was saying, since the coming into government of the United Party for National Development, UPND, we have seen a rise in CDF funds for each constituency. Sadly, some area members of parliament in different constituencies are saying this CDF is a scam. It is just on paper. The monies are not actually in their accounts. So it is hard for them to take development to their constituencies. But I have seen you do quite a number of projects in your constituency regarding CDF. I have not been in your constituency, so I'm not there to prove whether those projects are AI generated or they are real. Just highlight to us how you have utilized CDF funds to develop your constituency.
So, Ken, thank you so much. I'll try and give you a mixture of what we've done in the district together with in the constituents, because I can look at your time. It's really running. So yes. I'll try and just give you a holistic picture of what we've done in the constituents. So, Ken, the first thing that we did when we were elected, number one, we lobbied with the president for two things. Number one is the road between Chililabombwe, between Chingola, Chililabombwe, and Kasumbalesa. It was impassable. We were taking a stretch of 25 km. We were taking almost 1 hour, which we are in normal circumstances we're supposed to take 10 minutes. So that we lobbied, and through private-public partnership, the road has been done perfectly. From Chingola to Chililabombwe to Kasumbalesa. The other thing that we lobbied was to finish phase 1 of the district hospital, the first of its kind in Chililabombwe. That has been done. So when I look at time, I'll be running a little bit because there are so many things that I will mention to you, Ken. Apart from that, Ken, we were the first district now under CDF to procure 3,000 desks for our schools in Chililabombwe. Up until now, we have procured over 6,000 desks in Chililabombwe for different schools. Then we have done several infrastructure in terms of education. We have done the infrastructure of a construction of, a classroom block at a school called Kamenza Primary School. We have done construction of a classroom block at Kakoso Primary School. Now, Ken, I want to put this in context because people are saying, your friends were building a whole school. Why are you building 1x4, 1x3 classroom blocks, 1x6? The reason is because of the policy of free education, which has benefited a lot of people, Ken. We needed to increase space for our children, but also desks so that they don't sit on the floor. Because Chililabombwe alone, the numbers have doubled. So we needed to do more classroom blocks to increase in the existing schools so that our children who have entered through free education can be able, to benefit from the CDF. So through CDF, we have done that. We have done a maternity wing in a place called Fitowaula. We are doing a maternity wing in a place called Kawama. We just recently, I think you even captured that, opened a very modern, police station in a place called Kafue Ward. Next week, I'll be going to launch another maternity wing in a place called Chimfunshi. We are constructing maternity wings across the country. Right now, as we speak, at a place called Kakoso, we are doing another maternity wing. We have put water reticulation there. There is now tap water after a long time. We have put water reticulation in a place called the Chimfunshi. We have put water reticulation in a place called, as you are entering Chililabombwe, there is a word called Chitambi. We have put there water reticulation, systems. We have also done 1x3 classroom blocks again in Kasumbalesa, at Kasumbalesa Primary School. In fact, there, apart from CDF, which has also put water reticulation, we have also put through CSR programs, through Lubambe, we have put another 1x4 classroom block. Again, in a place called Konkola, we have lobbied through Lubambe to do a maternity wing there, but we have also lobbied for another 1x4 classroom block. This is in line with the vision of the president to have maternity annexes everywhere, but also to answer to free education, to have more 1x3 classroom blocks done. As I speak to you, we are doing another ablution block at a school called Chico in Chililabombwe. Very important because that school was a school that was opened, Ken, without an ablution block. Imagine a school in town, people were going to pit latrines. So we are doing a modernized, proper ablution blocks. In fact, teachers and pupils were going in the same, yeah. So there we have done that. So really, we have done several. Right now, we are doing a modern market in a place called Nakatindi Ward. We have already done a market, modern one, in a place called the Kamenza East. Right now, marketeers have moved. Bali Patumisa Kutaken, they were selling in a place where they had made with bamboos and trees and grass. Now they are in a proper market. That market has proper water reticulation with a boho. They have proper toilets there. Banamayo, Nabashivantu, separate, proper, modern, clean toilets set up in Kamenza East. I want to quickly jump to the road sector, Ken. Right now in Chililabombwe, I know you asked about CDF, but I'll touch everything.
Sure.
Right now in Chililabombwe, we are doing 10 kilometers of township roads. One of the places called Kawama, Ken, has never seen a tarmac since Zambia was born. We have put about 5 kilometers of a third road. Today, in fact, the people were calling me that we never thought in our lifetime there will be a tarmac there. We've done a third road in Kawama coming into Chililabombwe. It's a very busy road and very historic road. Right now, we are doing a road at a place called Ansenyon, right down to Tomumboya, right down to the mortuary. We are doing another road behind the Catholic Church in Lubengele. Most people know it. That road also can. We are raising it to bituminous standard. It has never been done, I think, for the past 20, 30, 40 years. We are doing it. We are doing another road that goes to St. Matthew's UCZ. That road also was done, I don't remember, maybe I was in primary school. The icing on the cake, Ken, is a road called Kamenza Way, very noisy and political road, which we have started doing through the KCM CSR programs. We are doing that road up to town. Kamenza Way is a very important road because, Ken, it leads to the mine hospital. Again, we are doing another tarmac road that will go to the new district hospital within the district. So we have quite a number of projects that we are doing within the district. Ken, when I was elected as Member of Parliament, to touch the agriculture sector through support from various partners, and that I just approached different partners to say, Chililabombwe has got very good rainfall patterns. Chililabombwe has got very arable land. So what we did was to procure 4 tractors. And those 4 tractors have been put in zones. In those zones, we are using what we are calling subsidized methods of charging our people just for purposes of, maintaining the tractors. So they are paying a very subsidized fee to maintain tractors. Sometimes I do subsidize myself to put fuel so that our farmers can use those tractors to do mechanized farming. 4 of them, zones in different 4 areas. There is a reason why we bought 4. And they have been doing a good job. When you go to Chililabombwe today, there is serious bumper harvest because our farmers have benefited from those. Apart from that, Ken, as a supplement, because the free education policy has brought vulnerable children back to school. I think it's also another caption which you have picked. I have actually been supplementing what we call the Kabuswe book distribution program, where we supplement books and pens and rulers for the vulnerable children so that as they are enjoying free education, they don't have pressure to buy books. So we do that every term. Apart from that, Ken, we've also picked the odd that we also help every 3 months. We help old people in various wards. There are about 25 wards in the constituency who we help in terms of supplementing them, different food packs. So really, it's all systems go. There are various activities going on. Apart from that, through CDF, Ken, 3 million kwacha has been released to do feeder roads in the whole district. Right now, as we speak, 16 kilometers is being done. They have reached about the reaping. They have done the 16 kilometers. I think in terms of now graveling, they have done about 4 to 5 Ks. That was an instruction that CDF must do this feeder road so that our farmers can, transport their produce easily. So really, so many things are happening in terms of CDF. If I list them, I'll reach your whole 1 hour just talking about the various CDF projects that are happening in the constituency.
Interesting. And allow me at this moment to just open it up for the people that are watching us and would love to ask some questions. Those that can call can probably just call in now so that you can respond to some of the questions. So to everybody that is following us on the various social media platforms that we are on, if you have any questions, I noticed that the phone was buzzing. The phone number is showing on your screen. The best you can do now is just call, and I will obviously give you an opportunity to speak to the Honorable. Please remember that we do not allow vulgar language here. We want us to be civil as we interact. Just ask your question in a very candid and calm way So once again, the number is showing on your screen. For those of you that have got questions, you can call, and we'll be more than glad to hear from where you are watching, and obviously get to hear your question. When I posted that I was going to have you, Honorable, the people that raised concerns, obviously last week I also saw the videos that you were in the constituency. You summoned the management of Mlonga Water concerning the issue of the water crisis that affected one of the communities. So one of the people wanted to know what feedback was gotten from Mulonga Water regarding that particular assignment that you called them for. But before you can respond to that, let's pick up this call. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Katwishima mulishana. Tebeni kwa ishina neko mletu mina. All right, contribution yenda question yo mkwete kuliba honorable.
Na question nina shkwete ko ndepo afi randa siya kwena honorable kwena mlebomba kwena sasa mleranda siya tsinga. No kushana mshapo nishikana iche pata otherwise kira umuma mwetu ombero kusaka kutungu sana. Emko yao na mponda mchira umuma mlebomba.
Twatotera ba John.
Emko yawe sasa ntwa ndande tokena nyawe na ma guys abale ku chipeka kutuma digo mine yukwera kuifwa hiyo otherwise msijana mleta mpira umete timponte ko msijana mwaita kana shani to kwena nishikaso kwena ichepezo mlebomba ona repokena
twatotera ba John, and let's give opportunities to other people that are following us. Otherwise, thank you so much. So if you have any questions, remember that you can call the number that is showing on the screen, and the Honorable will be here to answer some of your questions. Yes, Honorable, somebody wanted to know what is the status quo regarding the issue of the water crisis in your constituency,
Ken,
especially regarding the assignment.
Thank you so much. Ken, you know that immediately we were elected. That's why I said some of the things, because of the timing, I'm trying to just give you a snapshot. Immediately we were elected. The first project that I launched was water reticulation for a place called Kamenza East, Kakoso South, and also going into Lubengele. That project was done. Some of it is not yet finished in terms of the water tanks that Mlonga is putting up. So because the project is slowed down a little bit, it has affected certain areas. So I had to summon Mlonga general manager to say, I want to understand why we are not moving, because water is life. Our people cannot live without water. So we need to do something. So let's go around and check. Ken, what I found, I felt very bad in terms of the water that we are losing through leakages. The pipes, there are pipes that are throwing high pressure water is being thrown all over the place. Then the system in terms of blockages, it was unbelievable. So right now, most of the leakages are being, because I told Mlonga, I said, you guys, look at this water that is going to waste because of leaks of pipes. Let's deal with the leakages. If we deal with the leakages, it will build pressure in the water pipes, and in the interim, give people water, excuse me, give people water before you are done with the main project that will provide water for the whole district, because there's been just too many complaints about water. So some of it, yes, it's a project that we are doing, but some of it is for our utility company to just up their game, to be on top of things. So in fact, Ken, what I checked was probably just a quarter of the constituency. I'm going back to go around to other areas, see how our people are affected. If there is negligence, something needs to be done. Some of the things that are causing water shortages are not really because there's that project. Yes, that project is important. It will help us when it is done, but sometimes it's just negligence of dealing with the leakages that are within the district. The feedback I'm getting is that after that visit, I think there's been a lot of improvement in terms of water supply.
All right, thank you so much. Let's pick up another call. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Kendumbo, and good evening to the Honorable Minister of Mines, Honorable Kausa. How are you doing this evening?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Blessed and highly favored, Honorable. I know we are crunched up because of time, but just want to say thank you for taking time with your busy schedule. My name is Victor. I'm calling you from Chililabombwe constituency. I just want to applaud you for taking time to always explain to the people. You know, one thing that is missing is when people don't understand, but you are always on the ground with the people, facing challenges head on. Muriba Umesana, please pass on the message to His Excellency, the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. May he also continue working hard. We appreciate the efforts. Ilelanga, Makwenyu after Kwenyu. Here in Chililabombwe constituency, we don't even want to waste time. We are ready for 2026 and we are going to vote. It's a yes. This one is a keep. Thank you very much and have a good night.
All right. Thank you so much. Very good feedback for you, Honorable, there. Let me just also check through some of the concerns that are coming through from our people following us on social media. Jojo Hanati Chichi says the selling power for Chililabombwe traders has reduced to nothing because of Kasumbalesa border, where big companies like TK sell directly to Congo via the border, thus disadvantaging our local supply. You attend to that one, but let's pick up this call. Good evening, and your name, please.
Good evening.
Basirabwe, we have the Honorable Member of Parliament for Chililabombwe as our guest. All right, you can proceed. I think he's gone off, but you can proceed with your contribution.
In a contribution, Honorable. You know, Kasumbalesa, there's a place where we've only seen running water in 2024. But we've got solar powered boreholes that the Honorable donated to Kasumbalesa. You know, because that's the same water we use for farming in our backyard. But you can imagine, since 1964, somebody has grown up, lived the whole life, died, and never seen running water. But today we have running water. So,
all right. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad that you're following this conversation. And we are hosting the Honorable Member of Chililabombwe. We lost you, Honorable, but glad that you are back. We had a call from the border, and they were appreciating you for the borehole solar-powered water that you gave them at the border. They are claiming they have not seen running water in their entire life, but this time around they did. We are going to get maybe one or two more calls before we can give you an opportunity to respond. This one comes from Kayuma Junior Manya, who says very serious and dangerous for him. He must come prepared. Okay, I think this was a reply to someone. This one is coming from Honorable Chanda Mukosa, who said, next move, Honorable, let's work on water crisis. Otherwise, things are moving pakutasha kutasha. Right? This one says drainages in Kasumbalesa. Remember, there was cholera and also water blues in the townships. So maybe there's an emphasis that maybe there's need to work on some drainages in Kasumbalesa. But let's pick up this call and get your feedback on some of those concerns that have been raised. Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Put my shimiako phone so that we have a conversation on this phone. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Cletus calling from Osaka.
Mr. Cletus, we have Honorable Kabuswe.
Yes, good evening, Honorable. Good evening, Ken.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Cletus.
The minister has explained well, but my question is, what's the government plans to own and operationalize coal mining 100% owned by government? And if the government maybe doesn't have money, what is the plan? Why can't we borrow money as we do for other projects that you can pump into money and own it, and specifically for gold mining that you can mine and reserve at the Bank of Zambia? Because when you look at the statistics, as a country which has got gold reserves, and those statistics reserves at the Bank of Zambia are not matching. What's the government plans and position?
Right. Thank you so much. The Honorable will answer that question.
Well, thank you, Ken. I think if Mr. Cletus was following our conversation, we talked about the fact that it's purely Zambians who are doing artisanal gold mining. In terms of government wanting to go into JVs or running mines, first and foremost, that's why we decided to map the country. This is the purely Zambian government-funded program, so all the data will belong to us. And when we are making a decision now to be able to start a mine, we showed our intention through the Mopani arrangement. The Mopani deal, Ken, is now, we moved it from, I don't know whether it was 10-15% Zambian government. We are now at 49 and 51%, meaning we are basically at par now in terms of shareholding for Mopani. For us, we are showing our intention to increase shareholding. When you look at the Lubambe mine, we have moved from 20 to 30%. We are pushing towards having 50-50 in these mines. And what we have shown, even through the Mopani deal and the Lubambe deal, is that we want more government presence. But what have we done to do that? Is to map the country with these data that we are going to have as we map and have that report. Belongs to the Zambian government because it is 100% funded by the Zambian government. Then such decisions will be made in terms of whether, we start a mine from scratch or we JV or we borrow. Those decisions will be made in the long run as we do what we are doing now.
The concern about drainages at Kasumbalesa, Honorable.
Yes, again, the problem of Kasumbalesa, Ken, is as a result of unplanned settlements that were done a long time ago by a certain grouping. They were giving markets anyhow. They were giving plots anyhow. What that meant was that there was no proper planning. So when the Kasumbalesa road was done with a proper drainage, what happened, Ken, is that the drainage for the Kasumbalesa road has no breather. So it gets stuck because where it is supposed to breathe, there are houses, there are markets, everything built that were unplanned. So we have been engaging with RDA, Ministry of Infrastructure, the concessionaire on the road to see how we can create a breather for that drainage that is along the road. I do appreciate sometimes the shops are affected, Ken, like last rain season, we had a pool of water that affected the shops inside. The water reached as high as window level because the water couldn't have a breather anywhere because of such. But we are engaging with the Ministry of Infrastructure, RDA, and see how we can find a lasting solution to that challenge.
All right, we're going to get a set of our last three questions for tonight. Good evening, and where are you calling us from?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Minister.
Good evening, thank you.
Yeah, this is Eric and within Lusaka.
Mr.
Yes,
Eric,
sir.
your question or contribution?
Yeah, I just want to find out from the Minister what is going on with Munali Nickel Mine, and is there any intervention so far from
Yes.
Ministry? And why are you not visiting these mines from the south part of Zambia? Because you are always
Mlidanda besana kuma northern, northwestern, but in these small mines in southern Zambia, you are not. I think your presence also matter. We want to hear from you, sir.
Right.
Thank
you
you.
so much, the Honorable.
Thank you very much.
Answering that question. Before you answer that one, Honorable, I want you to answer it together with this question that has been asked by today. Together we can. They're saying, "Good evening, Honorable and Ken Dumbo. Quick question: do we have anything in the pipeline in line with value addition for our minerals? For example,
Yes.
Tanzania banned the export of raw materials of Tanzanite. So do we have anything in pipeline on our end as Zambia? Maybe you can answer those.
So the first one on the Munali nickel mine, it's a matter that government is actively engaging. And when you say I've not visited the southern province, I think that you haven't followed my discourse, because I've been to Ken. I've been as far as Mapatizia. I've been there as far as Mapatizia in the lithium areas there. I've been there. I did visit that. I visited Mamba before. So it's really not correct to say I haven't been to the southern part of the country. In fact, one of the priority areas for mapping is western, northwestern, and southern. Southern is part of the initial areas that we are mapping today because of its importance in terms of lithium, which is critical to the green and clean energy transition. I do, appreciate the challenges at the Munali nickel mine, and it is something that government is actively engaging. When the provincial minister for Southern Province visited, we were actually in talks and we agreed on how we are going to approach the matter. The management were met and they gave certain assurances which will be following up. We know that our people have been on care and maintenance for a long time. Some have stayed 3 months without pay. That is unacceptable. We are engaging with the management at Munali Nickel so that this matter is resolved amicably. We want this Munali Nickel mine issue, to be sorted out once and for all, because it's been recurring even before UPND came into power. We want to resolve it once and for all so that this mine can look after our people, can keep our people, can keep our people's jobs. So I do, sympathize with you. It's a matter that is very, very active with us. The other question was on, Ken, maybe you may remind me.
Value addition for our raw materials.
So yes. Zambia today, we do value addition, except our value addition, for example, for copper ends at cathodes. That is value add. But we want to go beyond cathodes and begin to supply copper locally. In fact, Ken, I want to assure our colleague who raised that matter. In the past, before UPND, the policy was that, you mine your copper in Zambia. If you want to access it as an industry within Zambia, you have to go to the London Metal Exchange. That's where you buy your copper. This government has changed that policy. Every company that is processing, like making cables, can access our copper locally within Zambia. They don't have to go through the London Metal Exchange. This government has changed that policy. Zamefa will tell you that they are benefiting from that. Neocant Cables will tell you different people that are making things out of copper, because our intention is to have more value addition in this country. In fact, one of the 4 pillars on which the president wants us to operate, number 1 is to bring in affordable capital. Number 2 is technology. Number 3 is partnerships. And number 4, value addition. We must add value, important. So really, this we are doing, as an administration. Are you getting me, Ken?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So this we are doing ourselves as an administration. So
all right. All right. Thank you so much, Honorable. We hope to get you back again. Good evening.
Good evening.
Your name and where are you calling us from, sir?
This is Chumbu calling from Chililabombwe.
All right. Mr. Who?
Chibumbu.
Mr. Chibumbu.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Chibumbu, you can ask your question to the Honorable.
Yes, I wanted to ask the Honorable over the issue of the road. There is a road that is in Kamenza East that heads to a place called Kampwena Market. I think that road has raised a lot of noise from the people that live around. They are saying the meters that the road has covered just too short. It's only servicing a very small number of people. And again, the other question, Honorable, this one is actually, I can call it an allegation and a concern by the citizens. They are saying you are not empowered the locals. I wanted you to attend to that and let me clarify that issue.
But I'm not what?
For example, the issue of my brother. Some local content creators feel that they have been left out. They are the people that were supposed to be highlighting the project that you are doing in Chililabombwe. But it seems like Ken Dumbo, I don't know whether he's doing it willingly or he has been involved. You have left on the local people that are supposed to be empowering. So that one, I call it an education, and I want just the Honorable to attend to it so that he can be able to...
I haven't gotten that. There is an accusation of what?
All right. So I'll explain it to you. So he says there is an allegation in the constituency that you are not empowering the local people. The local people, according to him, the local people are supposed to be highlighting some of the works that you are doing. But the allegation is that you are paying people like me, Ken Dumbo, to highlight some of the works that you are doing. You can answer that question, Honorable. If I'm going to answer it, they'll say I'm just defending myself.
No, Ken. Let me say this. I have local media people. I think, Ken, today, who got in touch with you? Maybe you are the interviewer, but I can ask that question. I'm free to do it. My media team actually got in touch with Ken to say, we want to appear on your program to explain what we are doing in the constituency. So the media team is led by a young man called Kachinga and Smart. Those are local people that are doing that. They are part of the UPND media team. They are doing all those things. My camera person, actually, who is streaming live on my Facebook page, there's a young man called Adam, is Chililabombwe, guys. All my media team is Chililabombwe. Number two, the road that they are talking about, Ken. So this is what happened. And people have even alleged that where that short road reaches, there is my property, which is far from the truth. I don't have any property in Kamenza East. My house is actually in Mumba Ward, where I live. Very far from where that short road is. So what happened, Ken, is this. The Kawama road that I talked about, in fact, I expected the caller. Fwebena Zambia, today Zambia la kolimo, first walanda thank you, but ya pakuti mwachitakoso. Uko Kawama Ken Valelanda, takwatala wapotamaki. Since independence, let me not say even since independence. Since Zambia was formed by God, there hasn't been no tarmac for a very long time. It's a new tarmac. So what we were given was the Kawama will be done from the turn-off to the track park up to Kawama graveyard. So what we did was, no, since we are moving the market in Kamenza East from Kampwena, where they were doing, their drum shackles of market stands, I told you we've done a very proper market in Kamenza East. We water reticulated properly. So what we said was, can you cut off a bit there because of the kilometers you've given us? We want also a road that will reach near the market because, Ken, one of the things that makes a market marketable in inverted commas is a good road. When you want to go to a market, you want to go where a good road is. So to create customers for our marketeers there, we said, we are going to lobby, it will go beyond in the next lobbying for roads in Chililabombwe. But for now, please cut off from Kawama graveyard there and push it this way so that we can have our people at that market, because the road is bad, they can have access to the market, and also they can have customers. That's what we've done. And where it has ended, Ken, people have created even a story. Thank God this question has been asked. That no, where it has reached, there is a property for Kabuswe. I don't have a property in Kamenza East. My house is in Mumbawat. So the people that are doing publicity for me are actually Chililabombwe journalists, Chililabombwe people. They are the ones that even arrange that I appear on this program. Mwevena Chililabombwe, Kenny maybe just saw how hard we are working to bring development to our town. He's a journalist, he's highlighting, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't need to pay him to do that.
And I must emphasize also, Honorable, that you are my 8th guest on this show. I've hosted 7 MPs before you. And maybe to the people that are watching, they may think I earn by hosting members of parliament. I do not get a single coin for the works that I'm doing. It's out of my innovation and creativity to host these particular people. And it's also for purposes of just disseminating information to you, the people that would be electorates. We're going to pick up our last caller, Honorable, and I will be closing up on the show. Sorry for keeping you long on the show, but we can pick up one more call and then we can call it a night for tonight from the people that are following us on our various social media platforms. So from the people that are following us on our social media platforms, so why isn't the road reaching Kameza police post or Kameza school, which you are building? Right? That's a concern.
That's
from
the
one
same thing that I've just explained now.
All right, so let's just pick up our last caller then for this evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Kenny.
Your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Pardon from Kasumbalesa.
Mr. Pardon, we have Honorable Kabuswe.
Yes. Good evening, Honorable Minister.
Good evening, your pardon.
Sure. I just want to thank you, Honorable Minister, for what you have done over Milimi Wishu here in Kasumbalesa.
Indeed.
People here, they used to be beaten. People used to line up for Milimi. And for sure, as I'm speaking, even if you come at the selling center, people are buying Milimi freely at a very lower price. You won't have issues of people being beaten. People are now buying Milimi with that price. Thank you very much. As Kasumbalesa resident, we've been crying over Milimi issue, and finally you've done this job for this. May God bless you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. Maybe in getting closer to the end of the program, Honorable, there's a question that I always ask my guests, seeing that you are honorable ministers and honorable members of parliament. We know that the elections are coming up next year, and some area members of parliament are recontesting their seats. Are you recontesting Chililabombwe constituency?
100%. I will not lie. I will recontest.
Why should the people of Chililabombwe retain you as their area member of parliament?
I think that we've done our best, Ken, to be close to our people and represent them, speak on their behalf. I think a lot of items that we have put across, and I haven't done everything. If I come to the boreholes that we've done boreholes, some through CDF, some through our own creativity. We have done boreholes right across the whole district. We have done in excess of 15 boreholes across the whole district. We are putting more water reticulation even through the CSR for Pipi Zambia, for Tobaula, for Kakoso. It is all systems go. So when I come to the issue of water reticulation, we are also busy there. So I think that I still have the passion to serve our people. I still have the love for my district. I was born there. My umbilical cord is in Chilis. I think that we can do more to develop our town together. And therefore, I will confirm with you, Ken, and through you, our listeners, our followers, our viewers, that will still come up for re-election in 2026.
Honorable, I would love to say thank you so much for finding time to join me and for you being my guest on this edition of Whip or Keep. Once again, I don't take your presence here for granted. You're a busy person, but finding time to be on this show means a lot for me. Maybe your closing remarks to the people that are watching us.
The first thing that I want to say, Ken, as my closing remarks is first and foremost to thank God for giving me the chance to serve the people of Chililabombwe. For the past 4 years, it's been an interesting journey. I look forward to more time to work with our people. Secondly, I want to thank the President of the Republic of Zambia for not only affording me the opportunity to serve as Member of Parliament by standing on the UPND ticket, but also to serve as Minister of Mines, a job very challenging, but I'm enjoying it a lot because I think that there's been unprecedented things that have been achieved in the mining space. And Ken, I know you are a media person. You realize that almost every commentator is alluding to the fact that the mining sector has boosted Zambia's economy. It's part of the reason why our economy has been boosted. So really, I enjoy my job as Minister of Mines, and I want to serve the people of Zambia in this portfolio to the best of my ability, to the best of my knowledge, and also with loyalty to the appointing authority. I also want to thank the people of Zambia for the support that they continue giving the president, myself. We also want to thank the critics, those that criticize us. I think they especially positive criticism, Ken, it makes us also realize there are certain areas where we could even do better because we do not own the monopoly of wisdom. So really, it's been an interesting journey. I would love actually to do the 4 years of UPND with you. Maybe we can arrange so that we have more time to just discuss the mining sector of the 4 years of the UPND in the mining sector. I think that it's been an interesting journey. Have we done a lot? Yes, we have. Can we do more? Yes, we can. Can we do better? Yes, we can. Because every day as you wake up, you want to add value to what you did yesterday. So thank you very much for hosting me. Thank you to the people of Chililabombwe for overwhelmingly voting for me in 2021. I will bring my scorecard during the 2026 elections and show you this is my scorecard. I promise this, I have done this. I promise this, I have done this. And can believe you me, I'll be pointing, for example, the Kamenza East that people are talking about. We promised them a secondary school. We are doing a full-fledged secondary school within Kamenza East. Kamenza East itself has received a police post, which is again a modern one. We already, commissioned it, and it's working because people were complaining. Children were crossing the busy road to go to schools. Also, there was crime. Also, there are houses in Kamenza East which never received water since inception. Now they were able to receive water. So really, I'm grateful to you, the people of Chililabombwe. I hope we can continue working together and bring beauty and development to our beautiful town called Chilis. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable, and to everybody that has been following us on the 3 pages or 3 platforms, the Honorable Paul Kabuswe page, the Ken Dumbo Comedy page, and the Ken Dumbo Comedy YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week with yet another discussion with another area member of parliament. Until then, it's good night and God bless you all.